Hello everyone. I'm actually making this video because every once in a while I get a request to describe this guitar, and I know I'm not a huge channel, I don't get a whole lot of requests, but I have been asked in the past about this particular guitar, so I'm just going to talk about it for a little bit because I really enjoy it. And so yeah, let's get started. The entire body, and well, the body and neck are from Warmoth parts. I don't know if you can see. Yep, you can see it right there. Warmoth, made in USA. So they're licensed by Fender. That's why it looks like a Strat, although they do make other body types, some of which I would like to try. I just don't have the money yet. So I guess I'll start with the body. Now, I had David Gilmour in mind when I made this, although I didn't really sort of keep to anything that David Gilmour would do. Just kind of had him in mind for the aesthetics and like the, I don't know if it's necessarily the sound actually, because I did actually put it with, or load it with the EMG DG20 pickguard, which is David Gilmour's EMG endorsed pickups. And I think I did that at the time because I didn't really know much about pickups or wiring, and it was the only pickup set endorsed by David Gilmour, so I thought, what the hell. But anyway, having said that, the body of the guitar is solid maple, and I know some of you guys who maybe play Warmoths probably just cringed at me saying that, and yes, it is exactly as heavy as it sounds. It is probably the heaviest guitar I own. It is heavier than both my Swamp Ash Gibson Explorer and my Squier J-Bass. Actually, yeah, it's at least on par with the J-Bass, so it is a very heavy guitar. Painted in Alpine white and gold hardware. I went with the vintage 6-hole trim because I didn't know much about bridges, but I knew that if it was good enough for David Gilmour, it was good enough for me. I did not cut down the trim arm, as he is known to do. I don't know, I just figured it would be easier to operate with a longer trim arm, and I don't really use it that much. I actually built this guitar for my wife, who said that she had wanted to learn, and I didn't want to teach her on guitars such as like what I learned on. So I wanted to build her something nice, something that would be comfortable and fairly easy to learn on. Although in retrospect, I really should have picked a lighter body, or at the very least a chambered body. But c'est la vie. The knobs are custom abalone topped gold knobs. I got them from eBay, but I think you can get them from Q Parts. They're really nice. I thought they went well with it. And I've said before, the DG20 loaded pickguard. So they are active. I wish I had gotten a battery box route, but I didn't know at the time about active pickups. So the battery, you have to actually take the pickguard off to change the battery. So whenever that dies, that's going to suck. So on to the neck. The neck is maple. The fretboard is bloodwood, or I think the technical term for it is satine or satine. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. Doesn't matter. I would say satine. So it's a really nice red color to it, and you can see some streaks, but I really like the red contrasting with the white of the guitar. I got a single Celtic cross inlay on the 12th fret, and I don't know why, I just don't really care much for inlays in general. I like single fret inlays, and I'll generally go by the side dots when I play. So really, really nice neck. It's a fatback contour, so I don't have like huge hands, but I do have big enough hands that a fatback neck is extremely comfortable to me. And my wife has almost the same size hands that I do, so I figured she would appreciate the comfort. The tuners are Planet Waves auto trims in gold, of course, and I put the gold Warmoth decal on there. I think it looks really nice. So that's it. Yeah, bought the parts from Warmoth, except for the pickguard and the knobs, of course. Everything else came from Warmoth, and put it all together myself. I had it set up at a local, well, I wouldn't say luthier, but they're a local music store who employs a luthier, so it's really nice to play. I forget what gauge strings I have on it right now. It's lighter than the gauge that I use on my Explorer, because I tend to drop tune my Explorer a lot, so for the purposes of teaching my wife how to play, I wanted, you know, something that could be tuned to standard with fairly light strings, so it would be easier on her hands. And I think the nut is just like a black tusk, so it was installed by Warmoth. It's actually pretty nice. And I guess that's it. There's only one thing that I've noticed about this guitar when I play it, and it's relatively minor, so that's probably why I haven't actually done anything about it. But I don't think you can tell here. Well, maybe. The high E string is extremely close to the edge of the fretboard, and sometimes the way I play, i.e. sloppy, sometimes the high E slips off the fretboard when I'm playing, so it is a little minor issue that I've noticed. And from some of the research that I've done, I think it's actually due to the vintage 6-hole trem, which has somewhat of a wider spacing than I think it's wider string spacing than the standard whatever standard trem Fender uses now. I think it's just a 2-stud trem. I don't know exactly what it's called, but synchronized trem, something like that. But apparently the synchronized trem has a slightly narrower string spacing, so maybe that would fix my issue. But I don't really want to drop, you know, that much money on a new bridge just to fix a minor issue. So, but anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Warmoth parts guitar. If you guys have never heard of Warmoth or are interested in building your own guitar, I would definitely recommend them. I'll put a link to their website in the description. And yeah, really, really high quality, great service. So, and once they're together, great guitars. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you later.